John the Baptist had his work cut out for him. He lived an austere life. He was preparing the way by preparing as many people as possible to encounter Jesus. He did this by his preaching, by his apostolate, by his baptizing. And he brought the light of truth to those around him and to those against him. Why? Well, he knew Christ. He knew who he was. He was his friend, his cousin, and he trusted in him. He knew he had his back. So also, a legionary, like John the Baptist, must prepare the way for Christ, his friend. Some of you have left your country. We've left a life of comfort, a life with our family, with our friends, so that we can pursue the path that this vocation entails. Why so many hours of study, so many responsibilities, so many jobs, while all at the same time trying to be the novice that God wants us to be. And it's not always easy, as we know from our own experiences. Just the other day, my mom was visiting, and it was time to come back home, and none of us drive. So she got me an Uber, and it's about a 15-minute drive, so it's night out, and might as well start a conversation with the driver. And he told me he believed in God and Elohim, and I quickly added that I was a Catholic seminarian on my way to the priesthood. So he started to talk about how, the tradition and history, like organized religion is not really like his thing, and how it limits us to really reach and know who the Most High is, who God is. And just continue to talk with him and just to see where we were going. And he started to bring up this point that we talked about for a little bit, and it's the personal encounter with Christ, this personal encounter with God, and how for him and for all of us it's really important. It's what we're all striving for, this encounter with God, and to get to know who God is, who our Father is. And after this conversation, going to bed, I started thinking about, those times in the novitiate where you have your adoration slot and you go and you literally get to know Christ face to face. And just seeing how lucky I am to have that. But also realizing that, yes, I know Christ. I can say who he is. I can come to the chapel no matter the time in the morning, wherever my slot is, and say, there is God, there is Christ. I know him, I trust in him. I can tell him my worries, I can tell him my struggles, my doubts, my dreams, my happy feelings, my scary feelings, whatever. And I can trust in him. I know that he's listening to me. And I know he has my back. And so with this, when life starts to get a little bit more challenging, when those doubts are getting a little bit more real, and I can know that, okay, I got to know Christ in this chapel through my personal encounters, and I know that I can trust him. Just like John the Baptist, and that the key attitude that he has is that he knew Christ. He's doing all these things before anybody else really knew him, except his family and Mary. And he's being bold. He's being strong. He knows who he is, and that's his strength. He knows who Christ is, and he's preparing the way for others to know him. And so as we continue to prepare ourselves, especially in this time of Advent, let us just continue to have that spirit of humility, of trust, and strengthen that now in this time of adoration, in this holy hour, to really get to know who God is, who the one we're in front of, no matter where we're at, and just say, who are you? And can I trust you? And he's always going to tell us yes. He's going to show us through our prayer, through our lifestyle. So just as an encouragement to continue to get to know the one that we trust, that we love, to strengthen this bond of friendship as we continue to prepare ourselves for the gift that Christ will give us in Christmas. Thank you.